Building wealth sounds intimidating, right? Like it's some big secret only a few people know. Well, it's not. The core ideas are actually incredibly simple. So, over the next few minutes, we are going to break it all down and give you a clear path to get your money working for you, starting with the number one enemy of your savings.
So let me just ask you this straight up. If your money is just sitting there, maybe in a regular old savings account, is it actually safe? The hard truth is, no, is almost certainly losing value every single day. But how is that possible?
The culprit is this thing called inflation. It's like a silent wealth killer. All it means is that over time, the price of everything, gas, groceries, housing, it goes up. So the cash you have buys less and less. Look at this. After just 10 years, that 10 grand you carefully saved up, it now has the buying power of about $7,400. Ouch. But look at the other path. When that same money is invested, it doesn't just fight inflation, it has the potential to crush it. The goal isn't just to have money, it's to make your money make more money.
So how do we actually unlock that growth? Well, the answer lies in a force that is so powerful it's been called the eighth wonder of the world. Now, this quote is often credited to Einstein, and whether he said it or not, it is 100% true. It perfectly captures the magic of compounding. It's really just your money making money, and then that new money starts making its own money. It's a total snowball effect.
And here's what that looks like. It's incredible. That first bar is simple interest. You earn the same amount year after year. Predictable, but slow. But that second bar, that's compound interest. You see how it's so much bigger? That's because you're earning interest on your interest. That gap between the two bars, that right there, that's the magic. That's your wealth kicking into overdrive.
And here's the big secret. The most critical ingredient to make this work isn't having a ton of money to start with. It's time. Seriously, how long your money has to grow is way more important than how much you start with, and this next example is going to blow your mind.
Okay, so check this out. We've got two investors. Our early starter begins at 25. They invest for just 10 years and then stop completely. They put in a total of $36,000. Now look at the late starter. They start 10 years later at 35, and they work way harder, investing for 30 straight years. That's 3 times as long. And they put in $108,000. So who do you think ends up with more? It seems obvious, right? But because the early starter's money had an extra decade to just sit there and compound, the result is absolutely staggering.
That's the difference. $341,000. The early starter who invested $72,000 less ended up with over $250,000 more. If you take away just one thing from this, let it be this. The best time to start investing was yesterday. But the second best time? It's right now.
Okay, I hope you're convinced. But now you're probably asking, so what do I actually invest in? Great question. Let's really simplify it and look at the 3 basic building blocks of your investment toolkit.
First up, we've got stocks. The easiest way to think about this is you're buying a tiny, tiny little piece of a company. You become a part owner. So if that company does well and grows, the value of your piece goes up. This is really the growth engine of your portfolio.
And then you've got bonds. A bond is basically just an IOU. You're lending money to a government or a big company, and in return, they promise to pay you back with interest. They're generally safer than stocks, and they add some much-needed stability and predictability to the mix.
Now, you might be thinking, whoa, hold on. Do I really have to go out and research and pick from thousands and thousands of individual stocks and bonds? No way. Thankfully, there is a much, much simpler approach. And the answer is something called an ETF, or an exchange-traded fund. This shopping basket idea is the perfect way to picture it. By buying just one share of an ETF, you instantly own a small piece of everything that's inside that basket. Hundreds, sometimes thousands of different stocks or bonds. It is by far the easiest way to get instant diversification. So, let's put all the pieces together. You do not need some crazy, complicated Wall Street-level strategy to succeed. Here is a simple, powerful, and proven blueprint that anyone, and I mean anyone, can use to get started. The whole key here is to keep it simple. There's a classic approach called the 3-fund portfolio, and millions of savvy investors use it for a reason. It's super low cost, it's spread out across the whole world, and it's incredibly easy to manage. And here is what that actually looks like. Pretty simple, right? This is a really common setup. You've got a big slice of US stocks for growth here at home, another chunk in international stocks to capture growth from all over the world, and then that small slice of bonds just to keep things stable.
The whole point of a simple blueprint like this is global diversification. See, instead of trying to be a genius and pick the next big winning company, you're just buying the whole haystack. You're spreading your money across thousands of companies all around the globe. It's a simple idea, but for long-term growth, it is so incredibly powerful.
So how do you actually start your quest? It really comes down to 3 basic steps. That's it. Number 1, open an account. Just pick any major, low-cost brokerage. Number 2, put it on autopilot. Set up automatic contributions, even if it's just a small amount. Consistency is key. And number 3, just buy something. You can even start with a single fund that owns the entire world's stock market to make it even easier.
See? The path to building wealth isn't about some secret formula or trying to time the market. It's about understanding these simple truths, the power of compounding, the incredible value of time, and the beautiful simplicity of diversification. We've just laid out the entire map for you. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?